If you ever experienced that where you've gotten an offer or you achieved a milestone and you didn't particularly feel any way about it, the Harvard psychologist Tal Ben-Sahar calls this the arrival fallacy. The belief that when I get there, I will be happy. I found out that I was on Forbes 30 under 30 by a text message from a friend and post about it, and that was that. I was told my entire life that achieving certain goals, I would be very happy and it would be everything. An experience in that lack of, I guess gratitude is the right word to use here, sent me in a downward spiral for months. Because why did I get everything that I ever wanted, but I still want more? If you ever experienced that, then this channel and also this video is for you. Hi everybody, I'm Keltoum and this is Unsubscribed. If you sit down today and you write a list of every single thing that younger you wanted, and then you compare that to the life that you currently have, you would be surprised at how many of those things you either already ticked off or you no longer want, yet somehow there's still a list and there's still so much more to do. There's also psychology behind this actually. The neurotransmitters that we have in our brain that we associate with pleasure, dopamine, is apparently not actually a reward chemical, but a pursuit chemical. There is also hedonic adaptation. As humans, we adapt to whatever circumstances we do find ourselves in, usually a lot faster than we expected. Men can get used to anything, as Dostoevsky once said. The apartment that I'm in right now, 12-year-old me and 19-year-old me, 20-year-old me would have literally bawled her eyes out at. But I wake up here every single day and I absolutely love it. And if I don't take time to stand still and enjoy it, I know that I will not appreciate it and I would want something else. So the achievement, which was the apartment that was supposed to fix all of my worries, has now become my baseline. And the cherry on top really is the algorithm, because Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, even YouTube is optimized to showing you someone who has something that you don't have. Because also, why would anyone post a horrible life? Your brain is not used to having such an overflow of dopamine 24/7, which is why we call it brain rot, because literally fries your dopamine receptors. So this hunger and this dissatisfaction isn't something because you're ungrateful or because you're a terrible human being, but it's just how your brain has been wired. And we live in a society that is perfectly capable of capitalizing off of it. So instead, this is what I would like you to do. If you guys enjoy these kind of videos, press subscribe and let's get into it. Most of the times being dissatisfied is a symptom, not a cause. The first symptom of being dissatisfied with something could be the fact that you achieving that certain thing and that goal wasn't your goal to begin with. It was an internalized goal of another person that you maybe had a conversation with or saw on social media and been fed by your relatives, your friends, and you internalize it and said, yes, this is what I want my life to be. Just because you don't really know yourself and you never took a second to sit down and sit with yourself and really question as to whether or not that is the life that you want. The second symptom is most likely you confused achieving with your identity because you just don't know who you are. And I will put my hand up and say, up until last year, I was my achievements. You are so much more than the titles that life hands out to you. And the last symptom, which is the symptom that I really need you guys to sit with, is that you've been so busy in the pursuit of becoming that you forgot to be. We all hear it all the time, life's about the journey, not about the destination. But how many of us actually take that to heart? These big wins, these big moments, these big achievements only make up a very small fraction of your life. And waiting to live your life for the weekend, waiting to live your life for the holidays, waiting to live your life for the achievement means that every single other thing that is good, that is happening in your everyday life is passing you by. When people are on their deathbeds, I've never heard someone say, I wish I had more things, but I've always heard people say, I wish I had more time spent with myself, time spent with the people I love. So make sure that regardless of how busy you get with the pursuit of achieving a certain thing, that you enjoy the process and enjoy the people and yourself during that process. You should stop asking yourself, why do I want more? And you need to start asking yourself, what is it about me wanting this particular thing that it's pointing at? Moving forward, to actually make sure that whatever goal you want to achieve, you achieve it and still feel satisfied, I am going to give you a 5-step hack, I guess, or list. First off, I want you to start journaling. I absolutely love journaling. I have filled up 4 journals already. They are They are my pride and joy. And I need you to specifically spend every single morning or even before you go to bed, writing down at least 5 things that you are grateful for that day. Be it the sunshine hitting your window a certain way, the taste of your coffee, your tea, your matcha, the fact that you just saw a dog or a kitty on the street, but anything in that day, regardless of how small it is, that you are grateful for. Number 2, I want you to do a list in the drawer kind of practice. I want you to grab a piece of paper and write down every single goal you have. Anything, the income, the lifestyle, write it all down. Then I want you for every single one of these goals to answer the following questions. Does this sound like me or the voice of another person? Would I still want this if nobody saw that I achieved it? And how do I think I will feel if I've achieved this goal? Being honest with yourself about every single one of these answers really quickly puts into perspective which one of these goals are just things people told you want, rather than things that you really want. Number 3, I want you to have a I have practice rather than an I need practice. Make a list of all the things that you have right now that younger you would absolutely not believe that you have already achieved. For me, have been to 11 countries in the span of 6 months. I've been on Forbes 30 under 30. I live in an apartment by myself that I get to wake up in every single morning on my own time. Nobody's bothering me. Nobody's invading my space, which is something I could only dream of growing up in a very busy household. I don't need a bigger apartment in a better spot of town and an AC. Yes, sure, I can work towards it, but we all need to be grateful for the things that we already have. Otherwise, life is literally just going to pass us by and we're not going to learn to be present in the moment. Number 4 is I want you to figure out your identity regardless of your achievements. Because if somebody asks you right now, who are you? And your answer is your job, your career title, you are so much more than that. The next pause. Next time you achieve a goal, you achieve a milestone, you do something that you said you're going to do, pause, relax, savor it, write it down, process the emotions, and don't fall for the trap of immediately gravitating towards something else that you want to achieve. If you don't deliberately interrupt the cycle, your brain is just going to keep going in for the loop. Pausing is not laziness. It is your way to stop running and to start enjoying. I also want to leave you with the following philosophy that wanting is not the enemy. The version of you that stops wanting doesn't exist, because that version would be someone who has stopped living, who has stopped growing, who has stopped evolving. You can want a better career, but still know that the life you have right now is the life that younger you has absolutely dreamed of. You're already inside it. You just need to learn to appreciate it whilst continuously working towards goals that fulfill you. If you want to keep having these kind of conversations, make sure to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.